Ratsénhaiens David Diabo coming to you today. I'd like to talk about Tioweró and the review of the development and cabin ownership procedures. On its schedule, the cabin ownership procedures are reviewed every 5 years, so it's time now to review them. And some focus areas, key areas that require feedback from the community are the eligibility criteria. So the current age of the requirement is 18 to own a cabin. And we'd like feedback on the age requirements. Should it be a little bit lower? Should it be a little bit higher? This is the way it's been for a while. So we thought maybe we'd ask and see if people have a different perspective on that. Proof of eligibility. So right now, community members have to fill out an attestation declaring they're ready to build. So they have the money, they have a plan, they have a lot, they're ready to go. So is this enough, or should they provide further documentation to state they're ready to build? When it comes to ownership transfers, how do we ensure it's fair and transparent? The 2-year time limit for cabin construction, is this enough time? Should it be longer? If we keep the 2-year time frame, how should we address extensions? Or should we just move it to 3 years and then roll out the plan with the prospective owner and just follow them along and help them as they need it? And also, so speaking of cabins, unfinished hazardous structures, we want the community's perspective to help determine appropriate measures for cleanup, removal, and enforcement. So are we doing it? Normally, you tear down a house, you're responsible for the entire process. And some of these cabins get dangerous, just like old houses. So we want to make sure that we're cleaning up Tioweró as guardians of the land. We're doing our part to respect the land. And finally, enforcement. How do we strengthen these mechanisms for better adherence to the policy and procedures that respect community values? Now, granted, the law is still under review, but that doesn't mean it's a free-for-all. This is not Frontier Town. We have to put in place some rules and some guidance for everybody. And what can we put in place that comes from the community to ensure it's fair for everyone? And we have buy-in when it comes to the enforcement of the policy. We're not trying to strong-arm anybody. We want the community to tell us, what do you see when it comes to adherence to the policies, for the enforcement especially? We know all the problems that are happening up there, and we're trying to curtail this wild behavior. And we're going to be doing this through a series of sessions. So there'll be 3 lined up, February 26th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Saturday, February 28th from 11 to 1 p.m., and Thursday, March 12th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, these are focus groups. They're not community meetings. Everyone's expected to be respectful. We've had a couple of meetings now that got a little out of hand, and we're not going to be putting up with that anymore. So we want to know how passionate people are when it comes to Tioweró. So we ask in advance that we stay on the topic as much as possible and not bring in personal grievances. We're not there to talk about this. This is just the beginning of the review. And if it's determined we need more feedback in other areas, we'll certainly be reaching out again. And I'd also like to inform everyone there's a new date for the 2026 Kahnawake Harvest Summit, and that's April 13th to the 16th, 2026. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Usually it's 3 days, but we had an extra day added on because there was a request to bring in the visiting chiefs for a community visit. So MCK, the new KOR, Golden Age, maybe the playground. So we're in the process of arranging transportation and getting a list of interested visitors to come to our community. So again, the new date is April 13th to the 16th. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So be on the lookout for the new posters that'll be put up around town. And if you need any more information, you can contact me at the MCK at 632-7500, and I'll gladly speak with you. So thank you for listening, and ono.